What up? The time comes, the time to do the...
Yeah, what up, man? It's time to get into some StarCitizen. It's going to be a short stream today because we got some things to do as far as the move are concerned. And in the meantime, we got to deliver some boxes, man. These boxes not going to deliver themselves. So, let go. Let go, let go, let go, let go. And then my key light is being weird. So you won't, like, connect to the network. So... the disrespect is high, but meh. We'll figure it out. What up, Dark Man Doug? Above average. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, 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 what up. Come on. Come on. Come on, man. Oh, Snaps, I see the homie. What up, my guy?
Login queue complete.
All right, cool. Login queue in there, baby. Let go. Let's see. I'm gonna see what server they put us in by default, right? I'm gonna see if it's a decent kind of situation. We'll see what we're talking about here. We're gonna find out if it's acceptable. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Come on, let go.
Show me joy.
Come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. No. Boom, boom. Boom. So tight that it randomly just puts us in a stupid. So good. Like, look at it. We're in our home. We're in our base. This is where we can just pull up a ship and then make moves. I mean, I'm a fan of making moves wherever we can. So, like, it's real nice that we could just do it. All right, let's go. Hey, what up, Hobo? How you doing?
Welcome.
Hobo Dad. All right, we were using the Asgard claim. Oh, what? Wait. We are. I feel like we're on a planet, and I thought we were at Everest before. That makes sense. That makes sense because we had parked our ship on Everest. So let's pull up a little thing and then land on Everest, and then see what happens there. Because I feel like we had a cargo hold full of stuff, and then it just wouldn't close. What up, Passmore? How you doing? Let me see. Appreciate the follow, Victor. I see you, fam. All right, let me check this. I feel like we don't have any more missions. Glad you're streaming StarCitizen. Live was infuriating. Oh, what? Was StarCitizen live today? What was infuriating about it? What happened? I don't think StarCitizen Live happened until Fridays. Why did I come way over here when there was one of these over here? I'm silly. I'm silly.
Welcome to the ASOP.
Let's pull up the new joint, the L, whatever it is, if it's even here. Nope, it's still up at Everest as well. So now we gotta just pick up a tiny fighter that can, or a tiny something basically, that can get us up to Everest easy. We could just pull up the Stalker, because the Stalker's dope, man. For real. The Stalker's nice. Claudius Valiant. I mean, any one of these ships does the job, really. I'll just pull the Titan Renegade, bro. Let's do it, man. Just do it. Sound alert's not working. All right, so ignore what I'm about to do. Because, great. Thanks for fucking up everything, alerts. You're useless. Everything is broken. I'm still here. Because I set up my alerts and there's no preview tab, I have to like go and refresh them individually. which is quite rude. So now I'm just literally refreshing every individual alert that is visible. I'm just refreshing real quick, so then we'll try to run the sound effects again. Out of principle, if somebody has extra points to try to run a sound alert, do it! Because it should work fine now. Keyword should. That wasn't even supposed to be on. Cool. Cool! Alright. Let's just retrieve the renegade.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Retrieve the renegade, 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 renegade. Renegade, renegade.
Come on. Look at y'all, boy. Now, I feel like I regularly talk about how the Avengers series of ships is one of my favorites. This game a large player base absolutely does, Tez. Like, this is why. Because if we want to, we could come to the back of the ship. We could open up the ramp, right? Like, we get to the ramp. Give me the clamps. Wait. Oh, I think they added in the screen, so now I gotta like look for the screen now. Where's the screen? Where'd you put it? You know what? Just got a Polaris a couple days ago. Can't wait to get to some shenanigans. I'm sure Polarises are all about shenanigans. It's a pay-to-win game, but it looks amazing. Heard this was a pay-to-win. I mean, I can understand where people would say that it's a pay-to-win game because if you've ever heard of Kickstarter, it basically runs like a Kickstarter. If you want to pay more money to get a tier ship that basically stops you from having to spend the time to grind for it, you can do that. The problem is, and the reason why it's not really pay to win, is that even if you get one of those bigger ships, you still have to know how to use it. And that's the key, right? Like, knowing how to use a ship in this game is more useful than spending a bunch of money to get it. Because if you don't know how to use it, you can get a giant ship and then somebody can play against you in one of these. This is a fairly small ship for StarCitizen standards, but you could take like 6 of these and take out most of the large ships. Because the person in the big ship either, 1, doesn't know what they're doing, 2, doesn't have the proper staffing for the ship that you are talking about, or 3, is just set themselves up for failure because they heard it was a pay to win and they wanted to win. So just having a larger ship does not guarantee you any victories, like at all. Having a larger ship just means you have a larger ship. That also means that you have a longer time to wait once your ship gets taken out, because it's gonna get taken out. It's gonna. That's just part of the process, right? But also need one of these. How dare you? There we go. So you tilt it up. We out of here. Angle out and then landing gear up. Listen for it. Listen for it. Here it comes. Here it is. Having a larger ship means having room for friends. Literally. You get larger ships in this game because you want to do more of the thing that you're trying to do, or you got buddies that you're trying to play with. Because the vast majority of things that you want to do in this game require time and understanding. This game is very much focused on, do you know what you're doing? If you don't, you are not going to have a good time. Of course, if you've got a good crew for it, then you are good. Not everybody's good like that. If you've tried the Meteor yet, I think you will love it. Sig gave me a Meteor to give away, and I have not giving it away yet. Is this game finally out? Well, Don, the thing is, with early access games, they're out when you can play them. But by the strictest terms of the definition, no, this game is not fully released. It is not done. It is an MMO. They are making this game and another game. And the thing is that since they're making 2 games at once, which I feel like not only will this creation of this game be studied in the future because of multiple reasons, but like the idea that like they're making multiple games at once, there's a reason devs don't do it. And I feel like a lot of those reasons are being shown with a lot of the audience reception of this game, specifically from people who don't really know. How dare you? How dare you? I literally get the game running and I'm good, and it's just like, nah, son, log in again. How dare you? Poor old DJ Finnegan begin again. I have smaller ships because I'm a loner or rebel. I mean, I also have a bunch of ships because I'm a loner and a rebel. This is game finally out. Yeah. So TLDR, it is early access. It is done when it's done. And I feel like that to me is the reason that I like it so much, because they're making it and they could say it's done at any minute if they wanted to, but they're not. They're going to keep making it. They're going to keep doing things that no one else is doing in the industry. And to me, that's a good idea. You're going to buy the ship upgrades.
What
Ship upgrades.
Derek!
Welcome back to the Night. Really appreciate this. 55 months of it. That's a long time, man. That's a long time to be subbed to the stream. I appreciate you. Good looking out. Good looking out. Also, the game is restarting again, so hopefully whatever error that was is gone. We're going to find out in a second. We're going to find out in a second. Segundo. Hopefully we're still in the ship. I feel like we should be. With the way that they've been handling things, we should be fine. We should be fine. Trying to get to 60. Hey. Appreciate you. Crazy with the follow. Appreciate you. But yeah, what ship upgrades are you talking about, Don Chorus? Because I've been a backer for this game for a long time. I am one of the people that have supported the process because I understand how the cake is made when it comes to game design. I taught people how to make video games for 4 years. So, and I've worked in the industry. I was an interface designer on a Madden title. I've worked on a couple indie titles, small ones. And yeah, because I understand how games are made, I get excited when I play this game because they're doing things that no one else is even trying to do. Like, at all. They're not even trying. Which makes it even cooler that so much exists in it when we don't know how soon anybody else is going to even try anything as remotely as interesting. So yeah, I'm probably not the person to ask. I am a concierge backer, and that means that I've spent over $1,000 supporting the game. But for all intents and purposes, the reason that I spend that is because one, when I started playing, I had a full-time job in addition to gaming, and I played this game a stupid amount of hours. But just because I have a lot of ships means nothing about whether or not I'm going to win in a fight. I get blown up in this game all the time. All the time. Talking about the real money only ship components. You might be talking about the blades. And the blade system that they announced was so negatively received that I feel like I haven't heard anything about it since they announced it. And I didn't buy it then. I won't be buying it in the future. I thought it was an interesting decision, considering how many people already have a negative opinion of the game. It was an interesting choice. I am critical of the company when they do things that seem like they don't make much sense. So yeah, I very much am looking forward to them figuring whatever they need to figure it out, because that was just not the smartest of decisions. Like, you're gonna upset more people. Do you think you need to buy them to start as a new player? Buy what? The components? No, you don't need to buy anything. You need to buy a base game package. That's it. $45 is all you ever need to spend on this game. Anything more that you spend on this game is basically saying, hey, I see what you're doing. I want to support you in doing it. That's it. That's literally it. It is no different than a Kickstarter. Like, if you've ever looked at a Kickstarter basically is a company saying, hey, I want to do this thing, but I need help to do it. And then people support them by getting more than you ever need to. Like, you can get the base price cheaper by getting it through the Kickstarter, and then once it launches, everybody else pays the full price. That's literally what this game is doing, in my opinion. So yeah, it's really difficult to get into too much of the conversation about it because there's so many things that could be said, or it's like none of it for me makes sense, or none of it's a thing that I'm going to spend too much time on because one, even the ships that you buy, they've already discussed that the ships that you buy are going to be the lowest tier of ships, and that eventually you'll be able to craft higher tier ships, and they want you to be able to craft higher tier ships. So even having a ton of ships doesn't really do anything for you in the long run. It gives you a bunch of ships, but that's about it. So if we know that there's like 3 to 5 tiers of ships, and then the base one is the one that you buy when you buy with real money, and then they're going to get even higher and even better, there's no point in doing too much other than getting the base game. You know what's the minimum recommended specs to run this game? I feel like it was a quad-core processor and a DX11 capable video card and an SSD. But if we go back to the website really quickly, I feel like this should be somewhere on here. Where's the play now? There it is. Play StarCitizen. Open the new tab. Let's see. PC requirements. There we go. Quad-core CPU. I was right. 150 plus gigs on your SSD. It's like 100 gigs right now. Windows 10 anniversary update. DX12 now. There it is. So yeah, that's the minimum. 16 gigs of RAM. And I feel like realistically, the SSD is probably the most important of all of that, because they've added in. Let's see, what is it? Vulkan has been added in, DLSS for NVIDIA cards, FSR for AMD cards. All of those things have been added to it over time, and it runs better than it has in ever, basically, right now. Okay, so we need to spawn a larger ship that is of the size, like a medium ship, and I feel like the Inferno's a small pad. Intrepid's a small pad. We could bring up the C1. I think the C1 will be on the same size pad.
Vehicle selected.
Should be the medium pad.
Your vehicle has
Bet.
been delivered.
And then we go down to the medium hangar, and then we store the C1, and then pull up the Asgard. What up, 88? Good to see you, fam. Reginald, what's happening? Ryzen 5, 3600 and 4060, 64 RAM. Can I play this? You should be able to play this just fine. Because I feel like a Ryzen 5 is definitely a quad core. Ryzen 5, 3600. Blah. AM4, I feel like you should be fine with that, bro. 6 cores, yeah. You should be good. I play it only lag sometimes. I feel like adjust that SSD, man. Like SSD should lag less.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
Or is it not on this page? I'm silly. I need to go over to this page. And then over to here, and then we paste this in here.
Paste it in here.
All right, there we go. And what you got? All right, so now we go down to the C1. Wait. Claim it again? Bro, we were in a station, and it was Everest. Are we in Everest right now? Let me look at my map real quick before I
Please visit us again.
get frustrated.
Goodbye.
We're in Seraphim? That explains it. We need to get to Everest. Ha ha ha. I was about to claim that thing too. I was like, no, I don't like it. Does the game feel finished? It is not finished. It won't feel finished because it's not finished. That's not even a remote question. But what it is fantastic. There is no game like it. So while it's not done, it is very much an experience that has not been replicated anywhere else. What's in the new update? They have underground like bunkers to go and do missions in. I haven't touched them yet because I'm still doing a resource drive because I'm trying to get at least one of these companies to tier 5, and I feel like it's Hurston just because Hurston's in the lead right now. Is that it? Like, is that it? Is the funny part to me because they don't do anything like low key for the most part. Did I just open a whole new browser? Okay, no. This base building won't be in until at least next year.
What is this place?
I will answer that question shortly, some physicists. I want to finish this trailer first.
Hello?
You have a whole new area in the game that nobody's ever been to, with a whole new series of missions. Is that it? Like, is that it? Word? The Galaxy? Yes, I have a Galaxy. Sorry for the nose. Damn, that's dope looking. Is that it? All right, TLDR, this is basically the whole webpage that they set up for the stuff that they have for this patch. So like, there's a decent amount of stuff that they've added to the game. So is that it? That's funny to me, sorry.
Systems on. Launch complete.
Oh, almost. But yeah, to answer that question, some physicists, the thing that I enjoy about this game, I like games that have a lot of detail, right? Like I like Sims. I like first-person shooters. I like space games. I like games where your ships make a difference. And this game has a lot of the things that I like in video games all together. So it's fun because it's weird and it's detailed and it's impressive to me. Everybody's not going to agree with that, but I like the fact that depending on what I want to do, there is a ship made specifically for that thing, or I can use a different ship to make it be for that thing. It is the way. And like, for example, if we so somebody's out here trolling just to be trolling.
Quantum travel engaged.
All right. So as always, players will be players.
Quantum travel complete.
Hurston. Like Everest. Lock in. Angle it around. Is there a story? I'm a bit jaded with space games after No Man's Sky and Starfield stories. There is a story, but this is also do what you want. But there's little mini stories, but this is an MMO. Like, they don't have a full campaign yet because they're still adding in all the game mechanics. Squadron 42, I feel like, is the thing that you're going to want. If you want a specific game that has a specific story with actors and like cutscenes and major big stuff, that's going to be Squadron 42. But with No Man's Sky, I feel like when was the last time you played No Man's Sky? Because No Man's Sky's story lasts forever. Like, they've been adding to No Man's Sky since the day it launched on August 16th, 2016, or mid-August 2016. They've been adding to No Man's Sky every 3 months since launch. I'm pretty sure I could load up the No Man's Sky website and see an update that dropped within the past month. I'm pretty sure it was the last month. Matter of fact, let's see. Latest patch notes. Beacon. When did the beacon drop? Let me go down here. Matter of fact, let's go to release log. There it is, or news. August 9th. Beacons was July 23rd. Within a month was the latest patch. No Man's Sky procedural generation makes it feel all samey. Also tried Elite Dangerous, it didn't hit. Again, when was the last time you played No Man's Sky? The procedural generation is only a small part of No Man's Sky. It does feel samey-ish, but they've been adding more creatures. They've been adding more life forms. They just redid the settlement system. So like they've been adding to that game nonstop. Elite Dangerous is the second, to wit, some physicists. If I'm to answer any of your questions, I feel like it makes more sense for you to understand me as a streamer. The things that you're talking about, if we go back the last 10 years of my stream, I have streamed this game for 1,590 hours, Elite Dangerous for 983, and No Man's Sky for 566, Warframe for 358. I fuck with sci-fi and space games. So the things that you dislike are things that I like. So it's really tough to answer that in a way that does proper respect to what you're saying without putting my bias in it, because I am leaning toward loving these games. These games are my jam. So like, if it's something about No Man's Sky you don't like, it might not be a thing that you like. And that's fine. It's not, you don't have to like the same things I like, but I am gonna let you know that like you may dislike some things, and personally I'm gonna like. It's just unfortunate not for long. I feel like that's understandable in a way when it comes to No Man's Sky if you see the procedural generation and get frustrated. And I still will go back to this. When was the last time you played No Man's Sky? Hey, what up, prima? Good to see you. So I feel like No Man's Sky, with its ability to, you can like they added in some time ago the ability to customize everything about that game. So if you want to go in and you want to play full-on hardcore survival mode, one life, if you die, you wipe your save. That exists. You want to rock Iron Man mode, you could do that. If you want to go in and play where the creatures don't do you any damage, you can adjust that one setting. They've fixed No Man's Sky in a big way. Elite Dangerous is a procedural generation of the Milky Way galaxy. The galaxy that we live in, anytime there is new data on a planet, Frontier puts that planet or that system exactly where, or it can't be exactly because we don't know specifics, but like as close to where it's supposed to be as it is in real life. And Elite Dangerous, to me, the big difference between StarCitizen and Elite Dangerous, if we're going to talk about it, Elite Dangerous was a procedural generation of the Milky Way galaxy. So if we think about that in terms of a city, Elite Dangerous made the city, the full everything from the outside. Right? You've got your neighborhoods. The neighborhoods exist. But then they made it to where you could land on planets with the, what was the name of the update? Horizons. With the Horizons update, they made it to where you can land on planets, which is basically saying, hey, look, these neighborhoods, you can drive through them now. And then with, I think it was Odyssey, was when they allowed you to walk on your feet, which is basically saying, like, all right, cool, those houses in those neighborhoods, you can go into those now. So, like, there's a bunch of different things that it just kind of went from top to bottom, brought it down slowly. StarCitizen is a build from the bottom up. StarCitizen is a first-person game to start. and they're adding things as we go outward. So right now in StarCitizen, there are 2 star systems. In Elite Dangerous, there are billions. So very different games, extremely different ways about creating them, but also similar in some ways. Started playing this game too, love it. It's not delete when they quit supporting console. I mean, I understand that, but once they added in, I feel like it was Odyssey that was the one that gave you your feet, your space legs, where you can actually walk around. When they added that, it was during COVID. They lost a bunch of their team, and the consoles weren't able to handle it. PCs couldn't handle it. So I feel like if they were going to come back to console, it'll probably be the newest ones. But they didn't have enough staff to keep it up. And also, realistically, a lot of people may not know this. When you update a game on a console, Microsoft and Sony require you to spend something like 10 grand for them to double check and make sure that that update didn't break something or let people play modded games or stolen games. So think about the fact that it was on Xbox and PlayStation, and each one of these companies charges you a similar price. So every update, which Elite Dangerous updates weekly or bi-weekly, or like either weekly, every 2 or 3 weeks. It's 1 to 3 weeks depending on the community goal that's running. I've seen some community goals go as long as a month, but anytime there's a major update like that, they have to pay that money. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Starfield looking kind of bad now. I disagree. I've played Starfield for 100 plus hours. I personally love Starfield. I feel like a lot of people dislike Starfield because they had expectations of this. They wanted StarCitizen. StarCitizen was made the way that it was made because they don't need. It's not a single player game. Single player games don't need the things that SIG put in here, so they don't have the things that SIG put in here. So if you think about it that way, it makes perfect sense why this game is the way that it is. But I can also understand that being frustrating for people who wanted something else. But if this was your expectation of what Starfield would have been, then yeah, you're disappointed. Because it's not this at all. Won't ever be this. Nothing about it will be this. Also, I see you Twix. I see you Coffee. Sorry, fam, I've been focus mode. Look at them sticks. They're nice. I'm a fan. Building ships in Starfield is fire. Absolutely. You cannot build a ship in this. If you want to make a ship, if you want to make the Enterprise, you can make something like the Enterprise in Starfield. You just can. And like that's really what it comes down to, right? Like, we're talking about different games, which means we're talking about different expectations about them. You can't build a ship in this game in the same way as you can in Starfield. They're going to have crafting ships, but those ships are going to be predetermined, specific builds. There will be a C1 that you have the opportunity to make. It won't let you change the wings. You just make a C1. So there's aspects of some of these games in here, but it's not the same. At least I know new stuff looks so good. Can't wait. Are you talking about for Dune? I have not seen the new stuff for Dune. I look forward to checking it out. You know, they build their own ships, just not custom looking. Right? Like the paints will still exist, so we'll be able to put custom paints on them, but like not the same way. In Starfield, you can make a flying crab if you want. You can make a crab ship. It's just a thing. Where Starfield will come to PS5. I thought they said Starfield was coming to PS5. Really? I think there's an opportunity to look at this half full. We have a variety of sci-fi space games which allow us to pick our preference for how we want to play instead of expecting each game to satisfy the same mechanics. Derek, you literally have said my favorite sentence. When we all get, or it's a phrase that I stole from Disco Orlando. A rising tide raises all ships. And what that means is when one space game does well, more people find out about cool space games. And when more people find out about cool space games, more companies are like, oh, people are buying space games. Let's make one. So then we all get more space games. Beta release in 5 short years. This game is not in beta. This game is in alpha. I mean, if you're gonna roast the game, by all means, like I'm not one to stop somebody from If you're gonna be negative about it, that's fine. But like, I understand what they're doing, and I understand that it's going to take more time to get it done in the way that we want it done. So I'm not really mad at it. There was a time when we had no space games. Literally, a person built a ship in Starfield that looked like a mech. Yeah, they did that before launch. They were like, "You want to make a mech? You can," and it looked like a mech, and they just flew it. It was dope. Rockstar should make a space game. I would lose my mind if Rockstar made a space game. I feel like that's what people were expecting. Because when you look at Starfield, the key to remember here is, I've been saying this since the day that Starfield released, since really before Starfield released. I'm gonna get real close for this one. Bethesda makes fantastic Bethesda games. I'll say that again. Bethesda makes fantastic Bethesda games. And by that, I'm gonna prove it. You just woke up from a thing. Hey, won't you help me with this thing really quickly? All right, cool. Now that you've helped me with this thing really quickly. Hey, tell me about yourself a little bit. What do you look like? Where are you from? Where? Cool. Man, so there's a really big thing that's happening out now. It's ruining life for everybody out here. I really hope somebody can find a way to take this thing out, because it is affecting life as we know it, and it's frustrating, man. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, snaps. There's a big thing out there. Like, that is the thing that I was just talking about. That sucks for everybody. Man, well, you know, you have a good one, man. I hope somebody can help us with this thing, but you be well. I'm out. That is the start of every Bethesda game. Every. Oblivion, Morrowind, Skyrim, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, hell, Fallout 76, and Starfield. That's every one of their games. So, like, they make fantastic Bethesda games because that is their formula. They've perfected it. It's fantastic. If you go in expecting a Bethesda game, if you expect somebody else's game, you're going to be out. You're going to be disappointed. And turn Fallout into a light looter shooter. Fallout has been dope for ages. Fallout has been and will remain dope. Was New Vegas absolutely dope? Absolutely. If you have not played Outer Worlds, play Outer Worlds. Please play Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds is so dope. I feel like everybody here needs to experience Outer Worlds, partially because it was a take on the Bethesda formula from I know the Obsidian. So I expect only what they gave, and Starfield has been bombed to me. Building space games, come on. I mean, yeah, like I feel like a lot of people missed that. Need StarCitizen friends? Join our Discord. We got plenty of them. Frank the Tank with the follow. Appreciate you. So long as I've seen you, remember watching you play 3.0 preview at Gamescom. I appreciate you, John. Welcome back. Good to have you. Sorry if I took too long to respond to that and you're not here, but good looking out. Thank you much. Loss of scaling is great for keeping a steady frame rate. Fair. From the New Vegas team, wasn't it? Outer Worlds, maybe. No, it was Obsidian, which were the creators of New Vegas. Obsidian is dope. You ever playing third person? In this game, you're not meant to play in third person. You can put the camera in third person and like do stuff, but like you won't be able to see it. This is a first person game. No Man's Sky, you can play in third person. Starfield, you can play in third person. This game was meant to be first person. And when I go third person, it's mostly so I could do stuff like this and just like showcase FOIP. Because if we're gonna talk about third person in StarCitizen, it's only fair that we talk about the fact that we have this fancy feature to where it basically uses your webcam to mocap your face. And the reason it does that is because this is again an MMO, massively multiplayer online game. So if you're in a situation, you're talking to somebody and somebody walks up to you and you're like,
Hey, bitch, give me your money.
They get to see the anger on your face. Like, you dirty bitch. Like, they see it. They know. You big mad and you mean it. If you're like, oh, the glasses mess with it sometimes. If they're like, oh, how dare you. It's right there. They see it. You see it. You're like, oh, that's cool as shit, bro. Look at them. If you wild out, they know. They know. And I mean, sometimes my character be sleepy. How do you do this feature? Literally. Options. Comms, FOIP, and head tracking. Scroll down. make sure you have your webcam selected. I have mine at 60 frames a second because the higher the frame rate, the better. Now, I technically could put it down to 720 and get 120 frames a second and it'd be even better. But like for now, if we click calibrate, it'll literally pull up the webcam. Oh, I can make this better immediately. So if we go over here to the camera, I can just go to the one that I had made specifically for FOIP. So if you notice, this is way zoomed in. Because the closer, the more detailed your face is, the easier it's going to be for the software to capture it. So like I feel like that's a good way to be. Let's put this here, make sure to save that, and then I don't even need to do anything. So I can go back in, and we'll see it immediately better. So like the asterisk button on the numpad is how you reset it, but immediately look better, just absolutely better. And if we want to see them side by side, you can like we can pull it down a little bit, and you can see. Oh, la, la, la. It's there. Boom. They have free fly events. They do have free fly events. So if you've never played this game before, if you go make an account, they do free flies every 3-ish months or so. Every time they put out a major update. Specifically, it's August. We're going to see one probably in October. October is typically the I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's before CitizenCon. CitizenCon typically has one that's a free fly, but it's like the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is the words that I'm thinking of. The Aerospace Expo is dope. And basically they have like straight up convention centers in game that they basically put ships in, and you can rent them for free. You can like you see a ship that you like I mean, I want to fly that thing. You go up to it and say, give it to me, and you get it for a 24-hour period for free. Just go play it, try it. Why is he tweaking? Because I put the camera back, or I put my glasses back on. Glasses make this feature not as good, and these are blue light glasses, so I like to get my blue light squared away. And if I turn away from the camera, really I probably need to zoom it out a little bit, but this is the data that it's using to track my face. So if I move into a situation where it doesn't see my eyebrows anymore, it tweaks out a little bit. So here, let me just zoom this out. It's gonna have a bunch of people come in and it's just like,
Why
is he tweaking? It's wrong.
it's wrong. I just zoomed it in a little closer because not taking into account the fact that I move a lot. So there, put it there. And I feel like we're gonna have less of the frustrating, like, oh, this is rude. Because now, if you notice, already better. Already, immediately. So then I still have more room to move around, and no matter what happens, you still see that it's still tracking my face, and it's still doing a pretty good job. Have i9 5080, does this game run well? It should. A lot of the reason that StarCitizen didn't run really well before was a lot based on the servers. And they added in a thing last December that made it to where the servers run way better. Right now, you can't see it on TikTok, but if you're on Twitch, you can see that my frame rate right now is 91 frames per second, which is rare for this game. But a lot of that is because of the server situation. Like right now, if we look lower, we can see that there are, I always forget to find the specific space. There it is. There are 483 people on the shard, which is like multiple servers connected. And there are 65 people on the specific server that I'm in. The biggest issue for frame rate for StarCitizen has always been the fact that it was connected to a server, and the server is where you get your frame rate from. If you go to play in Arena Commander, which allows you to just fly around in your ships, buttery smooth, always buttery smooth, but the server held so much more of the frame rate because you were connecting to the server and then coming back. So a lot of this is wild. That ship, that flight, that sim, that spacey stuff. I mean, we like that spacey stuff. Great. Do you want to try it out? Like they added anything to it, like missions? There's been missions in this game. If anybody's told you that there were not missions in this game, they lied. Immediately. Got to have a government level supercomputer to play this shit? No, you don't actually. We literally had just pulled up the page not long ago that shows that, actually, even better. Why would we put an extra button in there? Thick fingering the keys. So if you go to the robertspaceindustriescom/en/telemetry, or if you type in on Twitch, !CAN-ISC, can I play StarCitizen? It sends you to this. This is the telemetry page that lets you see what your crashes happen really often today. I mean, a lot of the crashes are server dependent because we played day before yesterday and had like one, and then before that we had like none. So like crashes are occasional, and I feel like a lot of it lately has been server dependent. But if we go to this page, you can see, you can click around and find your build. So if you got a Ryzen 7, 39.8, and even then, that's old data. I feel like they can't, like 4.3, yeah, but like I've not seen anything running at 22 frames. Although if you're running a 10 series, you can probably expect not the best frames, but I feel like the most important thing to me as far as this game is concerned is your SSD. If you do not have an SSD, you're not going to have a good time because it won't even load. Let's see. Game def runs better. Can confirm. Are there cities and homes you can visit in this? Oh yeah. Like you don't have a home yet because they haven't implemented the I have a home system, but you can have a city that you start at, and there's a dorm room in that city, and they now start you in your hangar to where you can literally just get into the game and go straight to flying. But if you choose a starting city, they send you to that city, and that is where you can go for your bases. What's your favorite thing to do in StarCitizen right now? I do the box missions because they actually pay pretty decently, but I feel like I'm the most enjoyed for salvage. Also, Hardwood, welcome back. 10 months of sub support. My apologies, I've been like focus mode. My apologies. But yeah, I really dig the salvage gameplay. Like you get a vulture and then go tear ships to shreds and sell the materials. It's kind of dope. But there are plenty of cities in the game. I feel like we're going to be getting off stream here shortly. It was supposed to be a short stream today because we got some stuff that we need to get done that is going to require some driving. So yeah, at most 20 more minutes. So I don't even want to start one of the missions. Are there oceans and planets with life? Yeah. Like there's missions to go and hunt down the Copian, which are like wolves, like space wolves. And then there's like space pterodactyls right now. Then there's space cows. So like there's life in the game. There's oceans. There's planets that have a lot of water on them. And that the funny part is a lot of people don't understand one of the most important parts of why they built the game the way that they did. You can decorate and build a home in your main hangar. Yes. Your main hangar is the thing that exists that you can customize. Oh, they even saved the fact that I was pulling up the Moby glass. That's dope. All right, so if we go into the journal will show the Second Life resource drive stats. We are almost, oh my God, I'm so mad because we're this close. We won't have time to do it today, but likely tomorrow we're gonna come back and hopefully finish out the last of tier 5 of Hurston. I'm still mad because we're only like one away. But if we go to the contracts tab, somebody asks, are there missions? These are just the categories of missions. So if we want to go into collection, interested in building a better future? To all available contractors, Royari Incorporated is looking for independent contractors to provide additional support in our efforts to push the boundaries of science, agriculture, and medicine in the Empire and beyond. A research initiative at Deacon's Research Outpost on Yala is in desperate need of resources, so we're looking for a reliable contractor to obtain and deliver these crucial components. For more information on the animals in question, refer to the guide to Stanton Wildlife in your journal. Royari offers competitive wages along with the knowledge that you're building a better universe. Let's grow together. Narina Larum, Senior Manager, Clinical Research Outsourcing. Now, we were just talking about the Copian. This is literally a mission to go hunt down 20 Copian that are in caves, mind you. So you got to gear up with weapons, you got to put on good armor, and you got to go waste doggos. Wild wolves, basically. Space wolves with horns in a cave, and you got to take their horns. And if we go to the bounty hunter missions, these are literally bounty hunter missions to go fight AI. Now, some of these, if it's something that only has a single name, that's a player. Player bounties exist. Boom. The suspect you'll be after is known as Cuba 97. These are player, like, remember how we got out of the station and then somebody immediately shot me? This is how you take care of those players. The game pays you to take them. How do you find the caves? If I select that mission, it'll give me a map to the caves. What up, Play Collector? Good to see you. How many FPS do you get in your typical space station? I feel like the space stations give you a solid, like for me and my rig, we get a solid 60. GNG Trucking, what up? Won't accept cargo, just shows a green circle. What do? I feel like that is a thing where if you have loaded up your freight elevator and it's not loading, I would say the thing I would do is I would probably take it all back, put it back into the ship. If you had a raft, I'd put it back on the raft and then store the ship, log to the main menu, and log back in. or just like force close and then go back in. But I feel like even if you force close and go back in, it's a server issue. A lot of that is server issues. But if we're talking about finding caves, so let's say I was gonna go and do this mission. We can just accept the offer. And then we go track. You hit F2 to go to your map. You can literally go and see that we need to go to Deacon's Research Outpost on Yellow. Now, keep in mind, we know that it's that, but we need to find the Cave Copian Horns. So if it's on Yellow, we can go zoom out to here, and then now we know that we can select Deacon's Research Outpost, and by clicking it, it takes us to exactly where Deacon's Research Outpost is on this planet. And if you were curious, like, oh, where are the cities at? What's all the stuff to do? This is literally, you can just go to any one of these. But that's Deacon's Research Outpost. So we could literally fly to Deacon's right now and then do it. Will this code let me play it? No, but what this code will do is if you decide to pick up the game, first things first, it basically links you to having seen that I'm the person who said, like, hey, you should go check it out. There is a referral system. I do get bonuses if you decide to get the game, but you also get bonuses if you decide to get the game after using that referral code. It used to be where you get 5,000 credits for using somebody's referral code. Now you get 50,000 credits. And these are the things that, as the person who referred you, I would get. So because we got 2 referrals, I've got the CDS GCD Army medium armor set, and then the Volt Quartz GCD Army SMG. So I have those now because 2 people decided to use my referral code. If we get to 3, we get a cool model that sits on our desk once we get our custom hangar. At 4, we get a Mirai Pulse. The Mirai Pulse is one of the coolest hover bikes in video games, and as you can see, if you can see that is a Gatling gun on the front of a grab bike. Then at 5 recruits, we get the assault rifle that matches the GCD Army. At 6, we get a Hurston figurine. At 7, we get a sphere from ArcCorp. At 8, we get a Stormwall sculpture replica, which is dope because at 9, we get a Wally's Bar hologram replica. At 10, we get a Big Benny's classic vending machine. And 11 or 15, we get this. At 25, I want 25 just because this is dope. I want to have a life-size Van Duel. This is dope. And a Gladius right there. This game has been in beta for 11 years now. It's not been in beta, Vic, because beta, as somebody, I'm going to zoom in again. As someone who has taught people how to make video games, I understand the process a bit, and that's part of the reason why I like playing this game. This game is in alpha because all of the game mechanics are not complete and in the game. Once the game mechanics are in and it is complete, they have a roadmap of what they're intending to put in there for 1.0. We're not at 1.0 yet. How much money have you dumped into this decade-old demo? Does it matter? I'll wait. I feel like the most important part is I believe in the project. Why do I believe in the project? Because literally this is just a moon. But that is a moon that we can get to with no load times. And that's just one of the moons. You can zoom out to Crusader. This is Crusader. It's a gas giant. We got a couple places on it that we can go. This is Chelon, Yella, Daymar. Each one of those are individual moons of Crusader. We zoom out. We got Hurston over here. We got ArcCorp over here. We got Microtech over here. And each one of them also have multiple moons. And if we scroll out even further, we can go to Pyro if we wanted to. And Pyro has the same amount of stuff. The project has been done before, though. By who? How many years has it been in alpha? Since 2012. Well, 2012 was the Kickstarter. They didn't really have anything playable initially. They started with 12 people. They're at over 5 studios now, and they're making 2 games. This is one of them. Actually, since I'm going to be getting on stream here shortly anyways, and we're already in the hangar, this is a great time for me to dip out of the game and then show one of my favorite things to show. Elite Dangerous did this on a bigger scale for 10th the cost. Elite Dangerous does not have what this game has in the same way. And I feel like we just had this conversation not long ago, but I will happily have it now because I have streamed this for 1,500 hours. I've streamed Elite for 983 hours, and I've streamed No Man's Sky for 566. So you're not telling me anything that I don't know about how games work and how these games have been made. Elite Dangerous was a procedural generation of the Milky Way galaxy. This wasn't procedural in the same way. Elite Dangerous is using the engine that Frontier develops themselves. Frontier Developments made the engine that runs Elite Dangerous. It's also the same engine that runs Planet Coaster and Jurassic World Evolution. So, I digress. Elite Dangerous was built at a procedural level for the entire Milky Way galaxy. So there's billions of star systems with billions of things. Now, that development started at that massive scale, and they've been developing downward since. So it started with the entire Milky Way galaxy where you couldn't originally land on planets. Then they added in the Horizons update. Horizons allowed you to land on planets, but you could only do so in an SRV. Then they kept adding updates, and then they added Odyssey, which lets you walk on planets, which added in multiple different career paths, so you actually can do exobio, for example, and actually go in and scan for new life in the game. And what's one thing cool about Elite Dangerous is if you find a new planet and you land on it, you walk on it for the first time, not only do you get a bonus for having found a planet first, your name is forever tied to that planet as the person who found it. So yeah, I'm well aware of what Elite Dangerous does. I'm well aware of what this game does. The huge difference there is this game was developed with the on-foot level first. When Odyssey dropped in 2021 during the pandemic, Odyssey broke the game for a lot of people. It also removed console support because it was too powerful for console. With this game was developed on foot first. $800 million in funding from backers, 13 years of development, still no finished game. Oh, I did tab out so that I could go and showcase the game that they have announced as of a year-ish ago that they're going to be dropping in 2026. This is part of the reason that the game isn't done. They're making 2 games at once, which, as somebody who taught people how to make video games, it is one of my most frustrating things to have a conversation about, because it's a lot to make one game. This game has not released yet because they want these games to feel the same.
The most cutting-edge ships. We're traveling to the farthest reaches of the universe.
Yes, that's Henry Cavill.
Connections that will last your entire life. Fighting to protect your home and loved ones, or even.
So this is literally the intro for the game, but it feels the same. We haven't played Squadron 42 yet, so we don't know if it feels the same, but they want the flight mechanics to feel the same. They want the missions to feel the same. They're doing 2 games at once. This game is it went feature complete about a year-ish ago, close to a year and some change ago, I want to say. But that game is feature complete. They're polishing Squadron 42. We've been playing StarCitizen, whole different experience. Including marketing, Genshin Impact cost $1 billion to make. GTA 6 has spent more than SIG has spent making this game. But also, you could say 800 million made over the course of however many years they've been working on this game, right? But let's do math on that. Like, where is there it is. This is the page we're on right here. So let's do math just for funsies, right? Like let's pop up in the calculator. So let's 800 million divided by 13 years. And realistically, it may not be 800 million. Let me make sure that it may be more, it may be less. I want to make sure that I am not a liar here, because they actually put out how much money they make and how much money they've made, because it's an important part of the conversation. So let's see, 857. So if we're gonna keep it a buck, we're gonna keep it right. Let's put the proper numbers in here, and we divide that by 13. So that's 65 milli a year. Now, it's really difficult to average that just because we're talking about a bunch of studios doing a bunch of things at one time. But let's go back to full screening this video so that we can make this point while having something playing in the background, because I feel like it's more interesting that way. So let's keep talking about it. So if we're talking about having 5 studios as of right now, because 2017 is when they got to having 500 people. So 500 people times an average of, so keep in mind, average 65 milli. 500 people times 50,000. It's 25 milli alone. That's just paying for people. And when we consider the fact that healthcare exists, we're probably looking at more than that, but let's digress. So 500 people, and they have more than 500 people on staff right now, but we're going with 500 because that's when they hit in 2017. So 500 people times, let's see about 3 Gs for computers, so 1.5 milli. They don't need to update them every year, so that's probably a handful of years, but we'll digress from that. But that's also 500 people that need to be staffed, that need to have buildings to have the people in. So like, let's look at, what's the average price? Let's see. Much to rent a space that can hold 100 people and computers. How much to lease? So number of employees, let's go 100 because there's 5 different places. Space for employees, say 150 square feet. Private office, we don't need 20 private offices. Let's go to 10. Conference rooms, let's go with like 4 kitchens, utilities, and then calculate the space estimate. So I think this is the first time I've actually done this. I don't think we've ever actually calculated the price. Now, 19,000 feet, you eligible spaces in New York. So let's just find one. That's 24 grand a month for this place. 63 a month, 26. So we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars a month just for leasing the space. So let's finish this calculation and then I gotta go. So let's say it was 20. Let's go with the cheap end, right? Like so 25 grand. If I could actually not thick finger things. Times 12. Times 5. So that's already 1.5 million a year in that. So as we can see, even with the average of 65 milli, we've already accounted for half of that with just paying for people. And this didn't include power. This didn't include water. This didn't include making sure that if you pay somebody well enough to make a game, you're going to need to have food on there. So like, so you're about to prove that they're hemorrhaging money to make a demo that's consistently broke. No, I'm saying like they're making games. If you don't like the game, that is absolutely fine. And I'm going to end the stream with this because I feel like it is such an important part of all of the process that a lot of people get caught up in. If you don't like the idea that this game exists, or the fact that they're making it, or the way that they're making it, and you come into a stream and you talk about it, you're going to see more of it. You are building your For You page brick by brick, and this is just another brick that says, I want to get more of this on my stream. I want more of this on my timeline. You can say cope if you want, Walter. I don't care. Because for somebody who I can obviously see you would be confident calling me a snowflake, you seem to be kind of bent out of shape about it. Seems like snowflake behavior to me. So might be the largest cope from the largest snowflake trying to tell me whether or not I enjoy a thing. Who said anything about political leaning? I just said from someone who sounds like they would call someone a snowflake. If you mention the word cope, snowflake is likely in your vocabulary. So we're not talking about political leanings. We're talking about the confidence in somebody saying that. Instantly deflects with snowflake? No, literally, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm still enjoying it. I will continue to enjoy it. Victim mentality is strong with this man. What's the words that I'm looking for? Hit dog or holler. I literally just explained that if you don't like this game, spending more time talking about it is going to get more of it on your timeline. So enjoy the StarCitizen that you're going to get on your timeline very shortly. Personally, I love it, so I'm completely cool with it. So y'all be easy. Oh, also, you think that it's 10 viewers. Keep in mind that there are multiple platforms that exist, and who said I was just on TikTok? Y'all be easy, fam. Regardless of how it feels, regardless of whether or not you like this stream, I hope you have a fantastic day. Be easy. We'll see you soon. I'm out.